Hello and welcome back, guys. Today in this video we're going to be talking about the UFC fight that's going to be happening tonight. Norma Dumont and Aspen Ladd are going to face off for the bantamweight division, and I believe that the winner gets a title shot against Amanda Nunes at 145 pounds. This is a very intriguing matchup because Aspen Ladd has a long style where she stays long and she's a very good prolific striker. Norma Dumont is more of a clinch type. She likes to clinch you against the fence. She likes to go for takedowns. She likes to throw elbows in the clinch. She has a very Muay Thai based skill set, and she has a very good ground game. So, keeping all of that in mind, Aspen Ladd doesn't have the greatest of jiu-jitsu or the greatest of wrestling. She's more of a striker type based fighter, and she has a lot of knockouts on her resume, so she definitely has heavy hands, very heavy hands. And that's something that can be helpful for her in this fight and can also be a danger for her in this fight. Because if she looks for the finish early and tries to get the finish early, she may never recover. It's just like Anthony Smith versus Glover Teixeira. Anthony Smith, he unloaded the tank in the first round and he put out that he's never done before. He couldn't keep that level of output consistent for 5 rounds because he's never thrown that many punches before. It's simple math. When you exert more energy than you've ever exerted before, then you start to get tired. And once you start to get tired in an MMA fight, it's over. Because when you're tired, you don't move the same way. You don't wrestle the same way. You don't grapple the same way. You make a lot more mistakes and you make a lot more winded movements. You start to slow down, and your opponent senses that. Your opponent definitely senses that you start to slow down, and your punches start to have less effect on your opponent. You start to move less because you have less energy to move. Your footwork starts to get a lot worse. So you stay in the phone booth. And you stay, standing up against the fence, and you're getting hit with lots of punches, and you can't move because you don't have the energy. You can only cover up and try and slip and slide and counter, but then again, you might not have the energy to counter. So Aspen, I feel like she definitely had a short training camp for this fight, but she did have a full training camp for the fight that she was supposed to take against Macy Chiasson. So I don't think she's out of shape for this fight. But the Macy Chiasson fight was a 3-rounder. It wasn't a 5-rounder. It was a 3-rounder. So I don't know how she's going to adjust to the 5 rounds. And I'm not sure if she's going to get the finish early. Because the weight cuts have been brutal on her in her last few fights. When she was fighting at bantamweight, she couldn't even make the weight. She was struggling to make the weight. She didn't make weight against Macy Chiasson. She didn't make weight against how many other people? She hasn't made weight a lot of times. I can't name the names off the top of my head, but so Aspen Ladd can definitely win this fight, in my opinion. I think she just needs to. She definitely has to conserve her energy. Do not be like Anthony Smith. Do not empty the gas tank in the first round. She has extremely heavy hands, so if she connects in the right place with Norma Dumont's going to get knocked out because, you guys got to realize, look at Norma Dumont's history. She's been knocked out before, so she can definitely be knocked out again. She's been finished before. She got knocked out by, what's her face? Megan Anderson. Megan Anderson knocked her out, finished her ass. So I think Aspen Ladd can definitely get in there and finish her. But don't try to be too heavy and try to get the finish early because it might work out for you. But if it doesn't work out for you, then you're definitely not going to win a decision. Those are the words of Uncle Chael Sonnen. He said, if you look for the finish and you don't get it, you're not going to win a decision. Just like when Conor McGregor went for the finish against Nate Diaz. He had nothing left in the second round because he had emptied the tank in the first. Be efficient with your energy, Aspen. I feel like if she senses the finish, she's going to go for the kill, and she should. When you smell blood in the water, you try and go for the finish. Try and get that dude out of there. But can she get her out of there? I think Aspen can definitely win this fight, but To be honest, I'm going with Norma Dumont. I think Norma Dumont definitely has the finish because she's more used to fighting at 145 pounds. This is Aspen's first time fighting at 145 pounds. How is she going to get used to the weight, to the extra weight that she's fighting in with her? Because I heard that she walks around at 160 when she's out of camp. She walks around at 160, dude. She walks around at 160 pounds. She's not a small girl. So maybe the weight will be beneficial because she's been killing herself to make bantamweight. Maybe this is her actual walking around weight when she's training in the gym. And that could be good. But I feel like the more experienced person that's been fighting at 145 pounds for longer should be the favorite. And I feel like Aspen is going to lose this fight. I think she'll lose by decision, or she's going to get submitted. She's not going to get knocked out. I mean, Norma Dumont doesn't typically get finishes over people. She's not a prolific striker like that. She's a good grappler, but she's not a prolific striker. So I don't expect her to just go in there and get the finish. I don't think that's going to happen. I just don't think that happens. Maybe if Aspen's weight cut was bad, and maybe if Aspen didn't really train too hard for this fight, how are you going to make up a game plan for a fighter that you took on short notice? Because Aspen did take this fight on short notice. Norma also took this fight on short notice because her original opponent was Holly Holm. Now let's look at the stylistic change between Holly and Aspen. It's completely different. Holly's evolved her game to become a bit of a grappler lately. She dominated Irene Aldana in the grappling department, and she's a good kickboxer. But I think, Holly's more dynamic, but Aspen's more of a straight boxer. Like she has really good hands. So, it's not too much of a difference, but I feel like Holly is more dynamic. She has more tools to win. But Aspen's ground and pound is something to be scared of. So if she's on top, can Norma Dumont, reverse the position, work some submissions? Can she throw up some submissions off her back? These are all questions that, are going to be answered tonight. The fight is only, what time is it right now? The fight is only a couple of hours away. So, I'm interested for the fight. I'm going to be watching the whole card. Andrei Arlovsky's fighting on there too, so that's going to be interesting to see how that old man copes with the pressure. That dude's been around for ages, man. Shout out to Andrei Arlovsky, man. That dude's been fighting forever. I'm cutting up my dinner right now, in case you guys are wondering what I'm cutting. I'm cutting some carrots, some potatoes. Fucking stock is green as fuck. It's probably because it's going moldy, but it doesn't matter. I'm still gonna eat it. The fight should be interesting. I think Aspen can definitely pull it out of the bag for sure. Can she win? I don't know, man. I mean, hey, anything's possible in MMA. Hey, I've been told that time and time again, anything is possible in MMA. That's why we see the fights, but I still think Norma Dumont gets the victory. Honestly, in my heart of hearts, I believe Norma wins the fight. Norma's thick too, like, she thick. Her body, like, damn. She has a great body. That body is trouble. Like when Brendan Shaw was cheating on his wife, he told her that body is trouble. Crazy. I mean, these athletes, man, they don't settle down, man. They have multiple women in their DMs, but the women are only there because they don't care about the D. They just want money, They want child support and alimony, and that's why they're opening their legs to these athletes. These women, they don't actually even want to wear condoms when they have sex with them. They storm out. They get mad. They get mad if they even hear the word condom. You say, "Oh, I'm gonna wear a condom. I'm not comfortable having sex with you raw." And then she's gonna be like, "Oh no, what the fuck are you talking about? I don't have any illnesses. Wow, I don't want to have any more kids, bitch." But yeah, that's my opinion for the prediction. I think Norma Dumont gets it done. But if it's early, then it's Aspen, and if it goes late, then it's Norma Dumont. If it goes past this first 2 rounds, then Norma wins the fight. It's pretty simple. It's not that hard to figure out, guys. It's a really simple way of looking at it. It's really simple. What does this say, guys? Fast kokende aardappelen. 1 kilogram geschikt voor koeken, bakken, woken, salade, oven, schotel. Yeah, you can use them for anything apparently. Should have left them in the fridge, but I didn't. It is what it is. And that's what it is. Okay, let's put this in the pan and let's eat, baby. Let's go. Let's eat something. Shit. Dude, I wish I had more money. Maybe you should become a UFC fighter and then Dana can pay you peanuts and rob you. Nah, I think I'm fine. I'm good.